Do you have difficulties putting a financial plan together? Do you have difficulties in optimizing your spending? Do you have difficulties in prioritizing your financial goal? Do you have difficulties in balancing your life? Today, I'll be teaching you on how to write down and execute a financial plan. There are 4 things that I will be discussing concerning your financial planning. First is cash flow. Cash flow is the amount of money that you have, the difference of your take-home pay with your basic expenses. That is what we call cash flow. That means if you're earning 4,000 euros and your total expenses for basic living, that means your house rent or your mortgage, your car, cost of transportation, feeding, and shelter. If it is 2,000, that means your cash flow is 2,000. That is what we call cash flow. Now, if you have a smaller margin, that means what is left after your basic expenses has been deducted is not enough. That simply means you have to seek the services of a financial consultant like myself or any other consultant when it comes to finance. It is very important. Inflation has put a lot of people under pressure, but there is still a way out without stress. So, after the cash flow, which is the first in the financial planning, we will now talk about your goal. Yes, optimizing your basic spending. How can you optimize your spending? First, you need to write down all the major expenses that you have. Once that has been written down and you have a sum total, you have a specific amount, you now look from your take-home pay, deduct your basic expenses from it. How much is left? What is now left in your hand, you have to partition it for investment, living in the moment, and for future emergency fund. That means your money will break down into 3 different parts: emergency fund, living in the moment, and investment for the future. Now, the third part is your goal. If you want to buy a house or a car, if it costs you, for example, say 30,000 euros. I'm using this example because I'm in Germany. And you see that, all right, after your take-home pay, you remove your basic expenses, you still have 2,000 euros. That means, for an example of a person earning 4,000 euros, if the house rent, shelter, feeding, and accommodation is taking 2,000, that means the person has a margin of 2,000 euros. So in this 2,000 euros, you can say, okay, I'm putting 800 euros for any unforeseen circumstances. I'm using 1,200. 1,000 for savings and 200 for my holidays. That means if you want to buy a car of 30,000 euros, it is going to take you 30 months for you to buy it. Now, you have to ensure that you stick to your plan, no matter what happens. But you should be flexible in your expenses. If you see that, okay, maybe I would rather not go for holidays for 2 years and buy the car within 2 years, or I will still be going for my holidays, but I'll buy the car in 3 years. It all depends on your priorities. But you need to be disciplined, consistency. All these things you have to put in place. Once that is done, then you can now say, okay, if I want to start a business, I need 50,000 euros or 60,000 euros, for example. I know that if I'm saving 1,000 euros every single month, in 5 years' time, I'll be able to start my own business. So that is what we call financial planning. I have a template that I can give you where you record all your home expenses. It's very easy to use. You just have income, expenses, holidays, and miscellaneous. Contact me by just saying the word financial planning, and I'm going to send you that template for you to be using. Or better still, DM me and I'm going to diagnose your financial situation and put you through a perfect plan that works for you. If you are new to this channel, this is the Binwi Show, where we discuss financial information that will help you to achieve your financial independence or financial freedom in no distant time. Share and subscribe for more content. You are just a DM away in achieving your financial independence. Just a step. Just by clicking and commenting the word